We think that they'll hike 3 times next year, but the important thing is when that first hike takes place.
And
we
when
think,
do you think the rate hike is
We think it'll take more place in June. It'll be a June, September, December. So first half, we think there'll be a disappointment, just like Janet Yellen said, on the inflation
side. Is it because of the data?
Yes, I think on the inflation side will disappoint, and that prevents the Fed from hiking, and that makes the dollar weaker.
And what happens if we get a strong employment number? Would that kind of offset, the lower inflation number?
Yeah, I think for the trend we've seen in the last 6 months is that the stronger employment isn't the main focus. It is how that's transitioning to higher wages or inflation. So until those CPI numbers really start to pick up, I think the dollar and the rates won't move as much.
Okay. Dollar yen is really interesting because we have the BOJ meeting coming up next week and lots of concerns about the changes we could see in the monetary policy, where there will be some unwinding of its QE policy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a bit too early. I understand that people look at the Fed and they look at the ECB, and then the BOJ has to move. But I think the situation in Japan is a multi-decade problem that they're having, so they would rather sit back and wait.
A lot of people are also watching the China deleveraging story. As China deleverages and makes changes to become a more liberal economy, there are some people out there who say this actually pushes the yuan more to a free float. Could we see that happen or getting closer to that movement maybe in 2018?
The short move is that they are loosening things up. So around 2015, they tightened quite a bit on capital controls, and now they are loosening things up. So it's moving in that direction. Whether they're coming to a free float, I think is way too early. I think right now what they want is to attract bond and equity investors into the Chinese markets. And to do that, they want some kind of a stable or maybe slightly strengthening currency. If they open up the capital account completely and make a free float, it's going to be too volatile to attract people.